Terminating Crestron's 8G copper. To begin with, what you'll need is you'll need a standard set of strippers or cable shears, the 4 pieces of the connector, that would be the boot, shield housing, load bar, housing. Instructions, crimper. Step 1, put the boot on the cable and move it back and out of the way. 2, remove 1.5 to 2 inches of the outer jacket. Inside of that, you're going to find a small piece of nylon. You can just cut that away. Now carefully open the foil up, and you'll see that there are 2 sides to the foil. There's a non-conductive and conductive side. What we want to do is we want to roll the foil back over the outer jacket carefully. Smoothing it out and getting it as close to the outer jacket as possible so that when we put on the shield housing, it slides over easily. You'll find the solid conductor, just fold it down with the foil. Bring the shield housing over the cable, working it carefully down so that you leave just enough room between the neoprene covering and the housing. Now, the neoprene covering, a little bit of work will come right off. You can then fan out your pairs. To get them ready to go into the load bar. Crestron recommends a 568B style termination. To load them into the load bar, what you'll be doing is you'll be putting in, as we look at the load bar, towards the end of it, you'll be putting in the orange pair, blue pair, and brown pair into their respective receiver holes, and then the channel on the top is where the green pair will lay in. You can either untwist and flatten them out before you put them into the load bar, or you can leave them twisted and put them into the load bar, depending on what you find easiest. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trim them at a slight angle to make it easier to put them into the load bar, so I can lay each pair in, run the load bar down as close as I can get it to the end of the cable. Once there, I find it really handy to fan out all the pairs. So I'm going to open all these up, untwist them, put them in the right order, give them a little pull to make them flat. When we go to lay the green set into the channel, such in this case, we're going to put the green, white, green next to the orange. When I pull it into the channel, I find it handy to give it a little push down here at the edge so that it flattens it to the load bar, making it easier to lay into its respective channel. I'm going to untwist the blue. Flatten it out. Blue, white. Flatten it out. Bring the green in once again. It comes in through the channel over the top. Push it down into the load bar. Make sure that it's the same plane as all the rest of the cables. Untwisting my brown pair. Fanning them out. Now, when I look at the side, you'll see that the green lays in the same line as all the rest, so it's nice and flat. When I go to trim this, I'm going to trim about 1 millimeter above the end of the load bar. So I'm going to hold everything, make sure that everybody stays in there, come back in, trimming it nice and even. I'm going to take the head, bring it in, slight angle, and I'm going to push it in there until I hear it click into place. Once both sides are clicked into place, I'm going to make sure that I have copper on the ends, and then my cables are in the right order. I'm then going to bring the shield cover up over the connector. So working the shield cover over the connector, making sure not to leave any gaps in the flow. Bring in your crimper, inserting the connector into the crimper with the tab down towards the handles. Close, crimp, remove. Inspecting, making sure that all the pins set, you still have copper, nothing moved on you. Trim the foil off. Trim the solid conductor. Bring your boot up. There you have a properly terminated 8G copper cable.